Hello, hello, hello. Let's get into a read for you all today and see who's watching you. I'm Bree, by the way. If you don't know, if you're new here, thank you so much for returning. If you are a high vibing returning subscriber or new subscriber, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here today to spread some joy and some light with me. Now let's see who's around you, what energy is around you, and keeping an eye on your business and watching you, or got their eye on you for any number of reasons. Let's see what's happening, particularly since we're wrapping up exposure and people are starting to get the karma for all the evil things they wake up and choose wholeheartedly to do every day. Let's see what's happening and who's watching you. Who's around you at this time? Thank you, God. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Whoa. We're going to take it. We're going to take that Fortitude card. Looks like you could be withstanding the energy around you. This Nine of Wands is fiery energy. You're withstanding some form of attack or harm being thrown your way by this energy. During this time, the energy that's watching you is trying to create obstacles for you, which is really just creating obstacles for themselves. Most people who have common sense would know that. If you go out to harm somebody, that karma comes back to you. If you go out and choose to do crime, then you know that you'll have to do the time. So you are showing fortitude against multiple attacks from people within a low vibrational fire sign energy, up to 9 people, 9 groups or more. This could have been going on for 9 months, 9 years or more. You could have 9 cycles of this. You could have children, they could have children. This could have started in September and be wrapping up in a snowy season. These people are trying to be cloaked and disguise what they have in their bags and what they're doing. But you're still pushing forward, being positive, doing the right thing. And you see the structure of the building behind it. We know that it could be groups, organizations, companies following you, watching you at this time, based on the type of structure we see there. And they're all participating. They're all lined up together, organized to try to create blocks for you. But in the behind this person pushing this basket or stroller, we see the sun rising, beginning to rise through this darkness. So let's get some more information, God, on who's watching. Who's watching the collective? Who's watching our high vibing collective, God? Can you please let us know who's watching the high vibing collective? Somebody who's trying to create ruin in your life, but it looks like a bunch of swords of truth are coming towards them. This is a big failure that they're going to have for minimum 10 cycles of trying to create ruin for you. These could be 10 individual air signs, 10 individual people operating within a low air sign energy, 10 individual groups, but or 20, or excuse me, 19 with this number combined. But either way it goes, we see the people that are watching you that are trying to create obstacles and things, are basically creating ruin for themselves. That's what the energy says. And that's just what the time is in history that we live in. If you've ever read the Bible, King James Version. Okay. We see this energy absolutely watching you. This is like a show. If you look at the background of this, we see another wand back here, illuminated. We see stars. And we see somebody in a suit. So this could involve, like I said, these Prince of Wands, the low aspected, low level fire sign energies could be making fake stories, fake reports on you. fake truths at this time, being caught creating ruin for others, which is only creating ruin for themselves. So we see the accusatory, we see the tone beginning to change now, and these people's wishes not only not coming true, but an Aquarius could be involved in this, but coming towards a godly being, a high vibing being. So that's going to automatically bring ruin against them, particularly because of the day and age and time that we live in. But these are direct, deliberate choices. People want to experience ruin in their own lives, or they would never go to seek to send that kind of destruction to someone else's. You don't do unto others unless you're willing to accept that onto yourself. You don't put karma out you're not willing to accept yourself. So somebody's their magic isn't working. These people are trying to work magic on you, dark magic. They've been trying to create ruin through organizations, groups, entities, or any form of a group or organization, through all of them, using every aspect they can possibly get their hands on. Lots of finances involved, lots of substances involved, lots of money involved, lots of lies involved, candle magic, electronic hacking, medical things involved, manipulation of music somehow involved, and things of that nature. But all of this is coming to the light with the star energy here, and the negative magician, this low aspected, weak magician that's had to use all of these resources. Realistically, this has got to be the weakest magician ever known to man. If it takes all of this, if it takes tangible money, if it takes all these groups and organizations to come towards one energy, you're not a magician. You suck. You obviously don't have magic. You're using manipulation. You're using money, but you're not using magic, because that would be going back to ruin everybody. So this person who's trying to throw magic at you to ruin you through groups, organizations, communities, and family and friends, and all of this is really just throwing that magic at all of them. It stays within the bubble it was created, and people know how things work, how this return to sender works currently. That's why they're not seeing any successes in any attempts or attacks towards you, because this energy is definitely coming towards you. Large groups, lots of people. My former employer called my stalking Karmageddon when they brought in every car and every resource they could to stalk me right to Sonic Drive-In, right to gas stations. And it's so funny how everything gets recorded and everything is so thoroughly tracked. It's not beneficial to them. But, that just goes to show that at the foundation of all of this is money, wealth, keeping you in some sort of a monetary cycle that the magician wants you to be in, but that's not your destiny. Creating illusions, using money to create illusions, because we know they have no magic. So they're using money and tangible people, tangible organizations, groups, businesses, churches, and things of that nature to try to prevent you from getting your pinnacle that you deserve. But we see this moon energy now, and the star, we know the star is going to illuminate this moon energy. Moon energy is letting us know that magic is involved in this situation. So we see you showing fortitude and you still getting the greatest pinnacle of all from God. We see ruin coming to all of their illusions and their false structures and foundations and groups. We see public recognition and acknowledgement on the news through journalists and other organizations of their evil, their magic, and all the other horrific things they've been doing in the sewers, underground, in the dark. And now they have to walk away from it because you are the star, you are a blessed, ordained, holy being, and they just have to walk away because they're being stopped. Their magic has been stopped. It's come to a standstill, and their magic only works on people within this negative organization, group, or negative energy. Dark magic doesn't work after a certain date. If you watch my video, as it used to, we've gone through quite a lot of universal changes and upgrades thanks to God. We've completed a cycle where people have, judgment and things like that. People are being currently judged for new karma they're bringing about themselves and all, but old karma and the things that they've done and all the other past life cycles up till this past cycle has been judged already. And so what we're going to see is people experiencing fast karma, fast repercussions for trying to throw negative magic and do any sort of a negative thing. What we're going to see is people getting caught immediately spending money to create ruin and illusions. What we're going to see is people be exposed for doing blacklisting, black magic, and all kinds of other evil things. It's just that time, fall is for the fallen. Nothing anybody could do to stop, but it's kind of funny how people are wasting their time still watching you at this time and still trying to throw magic and hack you and all this kind of stuff because, we see them hacking you, listening to you with the speaker here. We even see a blender there. Some people could try to put magic in your food or some substance that would make you sick. We see people doing excessive drinking right now, particularly hard liquor. We see people not being able to figure out with the Rubik's Cube here, not being able to figure out why they can't attack you, why their magic isn't working. They're trying to figure out with the tarot and stuff here, they're probably watching you if you're a tarot reader or spiritual in any kind of a way, trying to see what you do to see if there's a loophole for them to break, which there is not. They need to adhere to universal law. This energy has got to walk away from taking notes on you, trying to steal your work. If you're a tarot reader, that's going to be exposed as unfair competition, blocking, blacklisting, shadow banning, false reports, discrimination, harassment, and all the other things it is when people do things to try to hurt or destroy someone else's business or ability to have one or conduct business in any kind of way in their life or just live. Those things are called blackballing, blacklisting. People pay to play as part of those situations. They pay people under the table to participate in these things. None of it is taxed and it's all illegal. And now they have to walk away and go to jail for these crimes that they do against you. And they're certainly being spiritually judged for their continuing debauchery. They're certainly still being judged for their continuing to live in darkness by choice. They're certainly still being judged for every day that they continue to drink excessively, watch you, stalk you, harass you in any kind of way, disrupt your music, your electronics in any kind of way. They're certainly receiving excessive amounts of karma for it. Karma is based on a lot of things, but it also has a lot to do with your own personal spiritual ranking. If you're a new seed on this earth, somebody's karma for hurting you is not going to be as significant as somebody who is an elder seed. If you attack an elder seed, you attack a chosen person that is directly sent here for this lifetime for a very specific job and purpose for God. You have attacked God. It's an attack on God that has not been atoned for, corrected in any manner, apologized for, restitution made for, any of these things. This collects karma in all kind of numerous ways that hits people in their life. So it looks like what I'm looking at is whatever these people did to you, they're going to get hit back with on a grand scale. On a grand scale. Because this energy that came towards you, this energy that's watching you, is probably working with fallen angels. And frankly, fallen angels can't even compete with a demigod. So to try to harm a chosen person, an earth angel, a star seed, a light being of some sort, you've already signed up to win a losing battle. You cannot win. It is impossible. Everything that the Bible says has come true. Even though we don't even have the whole Bible, it's still true. And anybody that knows anything about world history, not the way it's rewritten in the history books and taught to children in schools in the US as they try to ban the truth about slavery and things of that nature. The absolute truth. If you're aware of the truth, you wouldn't even participate in anything like this because you know basically God's judging. God, the gods are here. The gods are always watching. So we see some really horrific times coming up for your oppressors. Your oppressors are going to be oppressed by God directly, by the angels directly. Their karmic cords are fully attached to them at this point, and I'm so sure they are solidified and definitely about to start receiving karma if they haven't already, particularly if they're still involved with this. All right, an old friend of yours is involved in this, so this would be a frenemy of yours. There's going to be an issue resolved regarding the situation with this old friend or this person. Toxic karmics are receiving instant bad karma for each of their offenses. Like I said, this magic and everything is being resolved instantly before it even touches or hits you, because at the end of the day, whether they tried to stop you from getting a job, that wasn't the job God wanted you to have in the first place. And you probably know that. If they tried to prevent you from a relationship, you probably were never going to go into that relationship in the first place. And you probably already know that. Or you know who's meant for you, and you know the exact time when they're supposed to come in. So you're not concerned with the games that these people are running around with their magic and money and organizations trying to play. You have a positive surprise coming in for you during this time. Toxic karmic scripted words, actions exposed to the public and on TV. So it looks like all this magic they're doing and all these groups and organizations that they brought in to play and traveled around you to harm and hurt you did a great job getting themselves on film. And this is going to be on the news, and this is going to be exposed to the world. You have won justice in universal court. So you're getting 3D rewards for that. So again, we already see that energy. You saw past the illusions. These people who tried to create obstacles and ruin in your life, you sent it all back. That is working, and God is rewarding you for doing your job here on earth. Although this would have corrupted and slowed down your destiny, you jumped on your new destiny contract. You seem to have done whatever God told you to do and instructed you to do, and you're going to be rewarded for it. You'll see your court victory, your court victories in universal court, 5D and above, translate down here in a 3D. You have toxic karmics being exposed for forgeries and things of that nature. An old friend can be involved in this, a old partner, co-worker, boss, anything of the sort, family member could be involved with that. Toxic karmics, network system grid, total failure, God destroyed, ugly. So it looks like God is causing a catastrophic failure for the entire false grid and all of the networks involved in it. People, groups, and organizations. It's just that time in history. It is revelations, folks, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. Most of you will be able to see these videos, as my case moves forward and all of that kind of stuff, and understand the suppression and suppressive techniques, because I am a part of because I am targeted in the manner that I am targeted in for how long, I'm going to be, it'll just be very public, all the tactics that they use to try to hurt and harm people, including suppression of the truth through social media and everything, but there'll be changes coming there too. And I've been channeling a lot of this for a while. I'm very connected with my higher self, my gut, my intuition, whatever you want to call it. I pray all the time. And I know the time is now to say these things as I'm still being suppressed, and we're tracking everything and their methods of suppressing me on YouTube. And we already tapped out of Instagram, got plenty of information there. Facebook as well. So they've completed connecting their network in the system and how their grid works for God, and now it's destroyed. You'll be receiving unexpected money in about a week. So again, we see that with this Ace of Pentacle cards because you won in spiritual court. You won in universal court. You follow universal law. You follow universal justice above all. And you follow God, walk with God above all. You put God first every single day, and you're being rewarded for that. Big financial breakthrough. Again, you've won in spiritual court. So you have quite a lot of positive karma that is due to you that these people withheld, stole, tried to create barriers with. And what that does is it attaches you to their financial cords. And whatever they took, they owe you significantly more, particularly based on, again, your spiritual ranking. Your spiritual ranking is going to affect the interest that is due basically from God and how long they karmically are going to be attached to you financially in this life cycle and many others. So you have an unwanted visitor, and that's this toxic energy that you never even invited into your life. It snuck its way into your life. You probably always have been and always will be a child of God, and this energy forced itself into your life, but you're having a financial breakthrough because this unwanted visitor is being stopped and by God, period. So toxic karmics, long investigation into crime ends in mass arrests of evildoers. So we see that here coming out. They have to walk away. The truth energy is basically just them being stopped. These unwanted visitors don't know how long they've been being investigated, but the investigation is coming to an end. They don't even know who, what, where is investigating them, how they're going to be busted, how any of this happens. It's just going to be, large scale failures that we see here of people who have been doing evil, disgusting things against God and against humanity, and they're going to get busted. Who else we got? So we got toxic karmics, group stalking, landlords, tenants arrested, lost it all, no property left, going to jail. So you see, for those of you who might live in apartments, condos, townhouses, or be renting, or even if you own, you have some sort of a toxic property owner in some kind of a way, stalking you, harassing you, stealing from you, hurting you, harming you in some kind of a way. This person, this group, this organization, these entities are going to suffer a total failure of everything. They'll be exposed for absolutely everything they've done, and everything will be seized and taken from them. If they were serious about their property, serious about their homes, serious about their lives, they would have lived their lives for them instead of trying to attack you and hold you back and create ruin in your life for no reason. These are people of no self-worth, of no self-value. No one in their right mind who loves themselves or values themselves would go around harassing or stalking anybody else. No one would waste a second of their precious time on this earth doing that. If they had any slight measure of self-respect, they would understand that would then make them a slave to the very thing they're trying to enslave you to. That is common sense. So because these people chose not to have common sense, basic decency, self-respect, respect for others, respect for humanity, respect for God and universal law, they're going to suffer a loss of any and every worldly thing that they love, because that's all that they love. Speak up, defend yourself. So it looks like during this time you've been speaking up, defending yourself, collecting evidence, and whatever else you need to do towards these mass arrests. Your family and friends took money to hurt you. Karma is kicking their butt because it's being returned to sender. So your family and friends were thoroughly involved in this situation. If you're resonating with this, you've probably cut them all off anyway. They served their purpose, exposed themselves, and you probably have all the evidence and things that you need regarding them in this situation and the harm they've caused you and potentially other family members. Now their karma is coming in. Toxic karmics, don't trust the game master. There are thousands of them and one of you. They can't beat those who are highly spiritually ranked. You are God's property. So again, they came for a highly spiritually ranked being. There's thousands of them, if not more. and they have a game master, and none of them combined can beat you. So people are coming to a conclusion that they signed up for the wrong side. They signed up to fight for evil, and evil is going to lose and technically has already lost. You might be getting a new pet as all this prosperity and changes come in. Toxic karmics. Hackers are going to be receiving life in prison. They've been hacking hundreds, if not thousands, of people illegally for illicit, false reasons. You're going to see large groups of hackers going to jail for the rest of their lives. Toxic karmic. He is not the father, and that will be exposed. You have somebody around you, a masculine energy, who probably should be in your life or is coming towards you soon, or as his energy is clearing. That could be clearing up some sort of a court situation. This person could have been paying child support for a child that isn't theirs. This child could be their brothers, their cousins, their best friends. And this person could have been paying child support or been ordered to pay some sort of a support. And it's going to be exposed that this is not this masculine's child, that this karmic was sleeping around, and the child actually, in this particular case, belongs to somebody else. If a karmic is currently pregnant right now, it wouldn't be with it would not be the energy that is supposed to come into your life. And if you're the masculine watching me, you're very unlikely to be the father. The father is going to be another karmic energy, and you could have already got rid of that karmic energy or be getting rid of that karmic energy out of your life because they fathered a child with somebody, and you've been raising this child, paying for this child, and it's not yours. Or maybe this woman just told you she's pregnant, and you're paying and helping with medical bills. Maybe you're thinking about moving in so you can do the right thing, but this is not your child. You're going to want to get a paternity test before you start making any major moves. Bank account increases for you. That's just that positive karma, you know. God removed false contracts. So your family and friends could have been involved. These toxic people and old friend in your family could have been involved with this monetary contracts here that they wrote in your name. People wrote false contracts in your name. Your family and friends tried to keep you in bad work cycles, love cycles, and anything else so that they didn't work. They didn't have to take care of themselves. They're jealous of you. Didn't want you to have all the things that you worked so hard for, even despite the fact that they've done nothing but try to hold you down the entire way. Never uplifting you, never helping you, never supporting you. And karma is going to kick their butt because God removes false contracts. You cannot make a false contract on somebody else at this point, especially a highly ordained being, and all of those false contracts and oaths taken potentially in your name are actually assigned to the very people that assigned them to you, and they have to be honored by those evil people that assigned them to a godly being who is spiritually protected. Toxic karmics cannot pay loans, bad karma. So you have some toxic karmics out there as your bank account is increasing, took out some loans during this time. Those could have been business loans, property loans, bank loans, personal loans. They use money to harm you and hurt you, or try to set a false table of abundance in your face, or any number of things. But they took out loans that they cannot afford to pay because they have to pay karma. You have a connection coming in, again, with this person who is not the father for you feminines out there. And if you're a masculine who likes women, you'll have or vice versa, it doesn't really matter, but you'll have a connection coming in, and somebody's going to be found not to be the father of a child. Bad energy and bad vibes, that's this toxic energy. So make sure you are keeping your energy cleansed and protected. You're staying prayed up. Whether you use candles, Palo Santo, sage, frankincense, and myrrh, whatever combination of things you like to use, you should be doing so daily during this time, as God is wrapping up these cycles with these negative, evil people. So in about 1 to 2 weeks, people are going to continue to be distancing themselves from those criminals. So all of your family and friends and people that participated in trying to harm you and hurt you are going to be experiencing abandonment. Paper money is being given to you very soon. You have blessings coming in as a result of this harm and hurt and pain that these energies have deliberately tried to cause you. So let's get some initials. Thank you so much, God. We have A, M, K, L, A, and M. So these could be first, last, middle initials. This could be companies, groups, organizations of any kind participating in this harming of you. We have F, E, P, Y, O, G, and L. And one more in the name of the Holy Spirit. Thank you so much, God, for all of our blessings, knowledge, and gifts. We have E, S, O, V, W, T, and E involved in this energy. So let's just wrap this up with some positive energy. You're going to see a lot of people who chose to make you their enemy because you walk in the light and because you wouldn't participate in this darkness, or because they didn't want to work. They were jealous of you. Jealous that you did the work and you kept rising, even though they kept trying to create traps for you to fall. Falling by the own traps that they set for you. Because they didn't seem to realize that every step of the way, they thought they were setting you up and they only set themselves up for failure. So God has made everything beautiful in its time. So again, these people thought that they were controlling time, controlling your destiny, and they don't really understand that God controls absolutely everything, and absolutely everything is going to be resolved in God's time, and the beauty will be illuminated. So all things are possible with God. These people abandoned God. They wanted you to abandon God. I don't think you did. And as a result of this, you're going to be highly, highly rewarded. And they're going to receive karma far, far worse than they subjected you and others to. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please let me know. For all you high vibing beings, if you resonate, you can give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to put the notifications on, and also check out my video 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm posting daily right now. You can go back up to about 3 weeks. You might be within that energy right now and moving forward towards this energy. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.